Well, my journey to becoming a photographer is quite a long one, but I'll try to summarize it for you. So I grew up in Germany, and I come from a very close-knit family, which includes two deaf siblings. But I reached a point where I felt I wanted more for myself and more for my future. I decided to move to the United States with my dad. My parents had divorced, and I hadn't seen him in about 10 years. The move was quite an adjustment for the both of us. Being apart for 10 years and then I show up as a teenager was difficult, to say the least. This set me into a depression. I felt lonely. There was a communication barrier since my dad doesn't use sign language. I felt isolated. I desperately wanted to go back to Germany. However, that wasn't an option. My dad wanted me to stay. I felt torn. I fell deeper into a depression. In an attempt to find my way out, I picked up a camera. I took pictures of myself. This helped to build up my self-esteem and make me feel better about myself and served as a distraction to my sadness. But over time, in an effort to not appear vain, I decided to move from in front of the camera to behind it. I shot various objects and received lots of positive feedback about my work. This instilled in me a sense of pride and was the determining factor in my pursuing photography. The concept actually began with the client I was shooting. She informed me about the Spotlight series being done, and I decided to pick a piece that showcased women and the oppression they experience today. This resonated with me on a personal level because I was raised around a house full of women. I have 34 cousins, of which 31 are female. I felt it important to show the oppression that they go through. I titled this piece, Becoming. I wanted the viewer to decide what it meant to them. It could be becoming powerful or becoming powerless. It's open to interpretation. So I chose this piece because to me, it was powerful. And really, it gives me chills because of that. This is the one I chose to be part of the Spotlight series. And you, the viewer, can determine the meaning of becoming. The process behind the work, yeah. My process began with the DSLR digital camera. And I used various editing tools and filters, which is quite a long process and can be very time consuming. So in the end, I decided to go with simply black and white. It was perfect. It conveyed the mood I was looking for. I feel that using color offers a different feel and perspective. So for this particular piece, I just stuck with the black and white camera. I used Lightroom Classic, and I would say that at the beginning, the process was difficult, mainly because I did not have any of my own filters set up. So I had to download and save filters over a period of 4 years. When I look back at some of those early filters, I see how much I've grown. A lot of them have too much color or too much contrast. Most of my work now is a bit lighter. The older filters still have value as I can use them as a basis of other filters by simply making minor adjustments as opposed to starting over completely. So it's a lot of work, but it does become easier as you gain experience.